Are you looking for a podcast about the noises in the night?
Well, then you must be thinking of another podcast.
Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I am feeling fine. How are you?
I'm riding that pre-ramble high.
Riding the high, baby.
I don't even know. Just go check out the pre-ramble, guys. Just go. Be gone.
Just go.
You should
do
have
it.
already done it by now. It's been out already for at least 12 hours before this.
It's true. I'm ashamed that you haven't clicked on it yet.
Yeah. So, I guess real quick, dude, can we crack it early?
Oh, let's crack it. I'm thirsty.
Can we crack it early?
Let's do it.
Get it. Oh,
Oh, juicy one.
that was succulent. Like, dry ice central. Just pour it out of there.
Oh, I have a second sound effect for us. See if you can guess what this is.
I really don't know.
Okay, straw.
Oh, you have one of those little, like, bendy straw things, huh?
Yeah, I got a bendy
Okay.
straw going on for the reason for which I will tell you in a moment.
I was like, there's no way Kelsey has, like, one of those instruments that's like the little fish with the ridges and the stick, just like, you know? Like, there's no way she's just got one of those for some reason.
Just my weirdo. I keep it on hand.
Hang on. Can't breathe. Pre-ramble high. Gotta, like, stretch the chest out.
just work it out, man.
Okay. Also, riding another high.
What's that high?
I just gave it the old Kelsey advice, right?
Okay.
Took my time. I took a week. I took a week between trying, but I went back to the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, you riding the pie high?
So I went to the Pi, was not feeling high, feeling kind of shy, but I was the guy. Okay?
You got by?
And it works.
Oh, good.
And the Bluetooth controller, so I can have no strings attached, works.
Fuck yeah.
So now I don't have a lot, but I've got like 600 Nintendo games.
That's a lot.
70 Super Nintendo games, like 4 Game Boy games, and like 13 Game Boy Advance games on there.
Okay.
But the sole reason I kind of did this, do you even know why I did this?
Just for the thrill of it?
I wanted to play the Metroid games before
Oh.
Dread comes out.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a modded Game Boy Advance to play the Game Boy Advance games first. Because that's kind of
Yeah.
where it starts. Because they did a remake of the first one on the Advance. And I didn't want to play it like on my real Advance, trying to find like good lighting and, you know, sitting all weird, right?
Right.
And I just fucking the modded ones, they're so expensive. The one that I want is like $275
Fuck. That's so
Right?
much.
to basically just play Game Boy Advance games. So I spent over $100 less, and now I can play all those Game Boy games on my TV, which is even bigger and better, right?
Nice.
Plus a whole bunch of other shit.
Hell yeah.
So really, that was the better way to go. It did work. I'm good now.
All right.
I actually have the final piece coming. I had to go to Amazon. I know, but it was the only place that had it.
Yeah.
The power cord that came with my bundle when I bought it didn't have a switch on it to kill the power.
Oh.
So the little Raspberry Pi, when you like shut it down, it doesn't like turn off.
Right.
It like ends the program that's running, and then it just kind of runs.
Yeah, it just kind of stays idling.
Yeah,
Waiting.
so you know, you're supposed to get like a little switch so you can just like kill the power. 'Cause
Yeah.
the thing that I have, I gotta like unplug it. And I don't want to have to unplug it and then replug it in. I just want the switch. So I bought
Yeah.
the one with the switch. It's coming in today. I'll be hooking it up to the bedroom TV right before I go to bed.
Nice.
And it's fucking cool.
I'm excited for you. I'm proud.
Thank you, because I really had given up and was like, I'm just going to let Richard do it. Like, someone else is going to do this for me.
Somebody else will take this off my hands.
But I did it. All it took was the right YouTube video. And now I'm good.
All right.
And
Good job.
it fucking works awesome. And I really want to delve into, like, the, like, fancy ones.
Yeah. Get weird
But
with it.
I'm not there yet. I just
Okay.
got it to work. I just want to enjoy my games for a little bit quietly before I fuck it up more, you know?
Yeah.
But Raspberry Pi, a check, works. I love it.
Get off the list.
It's really neat.
Good.
It's really neat. You said that Richard has them, right?
Yes, we have one that has like all the old games and stuff on it. I don't know how many. 600 sounds like a lot.
I was gonna say, like, do you ever use it?
He puts it up every now and then.
Shit?
Yeah, like he got it specifically for the Mystical Ninja series because he's obsessed with those and has been since he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he was able to finally get like all of them together and play through them. I think a few of them are only in Japanese, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that worked, but that was his reasoning behind it.
I just want, like, all the games that I remember playing at, like, a friend's house for 10 minutes. And I'm like, I always wish I had that game, but I never did, you know?
Yeah. One of my favorite Super Nintendo games is, I think it was called The Adventures of Lolo.
I have that one.
Oh my God. It's so good. It's so much fun. I think there's like 100 levels and I've literally never beat it. I've gotten up to the final level and I refuse to look at a how-to guide for it. And I can't figure it out. I cannot figure it out. So I might take another crack at it because it's been years since I've looked at it.
It's like one of those things. It's like weighing you down. You're like, all
Just
these
in
years,
the back of
I'm
my
like, you know,
mind.
if I just jumped at this one spot, I probably could beat that level.
Who knows?
If you ever want it, I think I do have that game, so I can give you the file or whatever.
It's a good game, and it's got an excellent music soundtrack to it. You should play it for fun.
See, there's one on my Super Nintendo list that's not in there that I'm like, why don't... Because all the ones I have are ones that Sean gave me before.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, trying to take my hand at finding my own. I'm not very successful so far. I still don't know how to do that piece.
Yeah.
But, I want Uniracers, man.
What is
Did
that?
you ever play that? You are a fucking sentient unicycle that's racing other unicycles.
What?
It's... Oh, man. Uniracers is the shit. I love that game. It's so good.
Okay.
I'm real bad at it. But I don't care. I know the first, like, cup of races so perfectly that I can, like, destroy it.
Yeah.
But, like, past that, I don't know shit. So I just play the first cup forever.
All right. That's valid.
You know.
So I mentioned I was drinking out of a straw.
Yes.
I went to the dentist last week.
Yeah.
So I had talked to you offline about this because I was having a time. Every time I have like dental pain or something, I in my mind completely blow it out of proportion, and I'm like everything is terrible because like tooth pain is unlike any other pain. You know, it just kind of it's all you can think about when your tooth hurts, right?
Oh yeah.
And
What's in your face? It's
Yes.
in your face.
it's inside your head, and it fucking sucks. And so I went to the dentist. I was thinking I was going to have another fucking crown because I have like this one awkward cavity on my right back molar on the bottom. And it's just like, it's at the gum line and it sucks. Like every time that I have it filled or worked on or anything, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
And so I went to the dentist and I was like, I think I need a crown. And they looked at it and they were like, I think you just need to redo this filling. And I was like, okay, that's better than a crown.
Yeah.
Both in terms of pain and cost. So had that done, and like I wish that there was a new system for dental numbing. If tooth talk freaks you out, I would say just go ahead and jump forward like a couple of minutes because I'm going to talk about teeth and how bad they hurt for a minute here.
Let's just go 5 minutes ahead. Just skip ahead 5 minutes. You got this, guys.
We'll timestamp it for you.
Okay.
I hate having my mouth numbed. And every time I go to the dentist, like when I had the crown done, they they numbed me, and then like in the middle of the procedure, I started to feel stuff again. I was like, you got to do more, and so they had to numb me twice. And then when I had like the cap put on, I think I talked about this on the show too. That when they went in to like break off the cap to put on the permanent crown, and like I felt everything, and they were like, it's not gonna hurt. It's just like, you know, we're gonna take off the cap and we're gonna put on a new one. But no, like it was like they were touching a nerve in my jaw, and I was like, you have to numb me. This is the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
So when I went back for this, I was like, I think I need a crown, and they were like, it's just gonna be a cavity, and I was like, fine, but I need to tell you that you're gonna have to numb me like extra, like just knock my shit out. Like numb me like pretend you're numbing a horse for dental work.
Okay.
Because I feel like, stuff.
No.
And the doctor was like, okay, well, we'll just numb you up. And I was like, okay, do it good. And they numbed me up. And then, like, they started on the left side because I had to get a couple on the left and then one on the right. And by the time they got to the right, I don't know if, like, either the stuff hadn't soaked in enough to where I was numb, or it hadn't, like, it became numb and then wore off again. But I was like, I fucking feel it. You're gonna have to numb me more. And so they numbed me again. I
can't do it, Captain. We're at the medical limit.
So like in the middle of the procedure, I was telling him like, you're gonna need more, and he was like, well, I'm almost done. I've almost got it. I was like, I don't care. Put 6 more needles in my head. Like, I don't want to feel any more of this.
Yeah.
And they numbed me up some more, and I still felt it because I don't know, man. Like, I swear, whenever I go, and like I have the what do you call it? The nose they put on you to make you calm.
Oh, the like laughing gas stuff?
Yes, that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they put that on, and when they turned it on, like, you know how laughing gas makes you feel. You've had laughing gas, right?
I've had it one time.
Okay. Did it make you like dizzy?
No.
Whenever I get it, I feel like I'm pleasantly drunk, just like kind of dizzy and happy.
Yeah. Okay.
And when the lady came back in to like check on me, she's like, "Is the gas at a good level?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm dizzy, like good dizzy." And she was like, "Oh no," and I think she turned it down.
Oh no.
So like, also while I was getting those shots, I was like, "Could you put more gas in my face, please?" Because I'm panicking and also in pain.
Jesus.
And so every time I go to the dentist, it's an event and an affair. I feel like I need to get a prescription for anti-anxiety pills specifically for when I go to the dentist, so I can be like loose when I go, you know?
Now, I know we told you guys to skip ahead, but I'm going to go ahead and ask a question that if you skip this, you won't hear it.
Okay.
But I want you to write in how much the stuff works or doesn't work for you, because I'm starting to think it might be like a female thing.
You think so?
Because we have a friend, they got to numb her like 6 times during like any procedure.
I think like, women's pain is just taken...
It just like wears off immediately.
Feminine pain is taken so much less seriously than masculine pain. I don't understand. I mean, I fully get why. It's because of sexism, but... But,
like, are they giving you guys less at the start?
I don't know.
Do you guys metabolize it faster? Because it seems like most of the women that I know that do it, like, they gotta get it again and again.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to the hospital when I had, like, my gut problem, I was like, I'm in so much fucking pain. And because it was in my lower abdominal, they were like, oh, it's just your period pain.
Oh my God.
And like I got everything pretty much written off. They were like, oh, well, sometimes, you know, around that time of the month, your tummy can hurt a little bit. And I'm like, actually, I feel like I'm fucking dying. I feel like I've been stabbed.
Do you think this is the first one I've had?
Right. I'm 29 at the time. I don't know.
So see, now I do wonder, are they like, okay, well, you know, it's like, it's a girl, let's give them a third. We don't want to overload them, you know?
Don't want to hurt the little lady with too much medication.
Like,
don't care about hurting her with a fucking drill.
Is that secretly part of it, you know? I don't know now.
I mean, overall, I do like my dentist a lot. He's a good guy, and when I ask for more stuff, he gives it to me. So
yeah,
can't fault him for that. But I just wish that they would take my recommendation seriously at the beginning before they put the drill in the mouth.
Yeah. I really need to go. I haven't been since like 2020.
Yeah, I
really
went in 2020, like in October because I had like a tooth emergency and I was afraid to go because it was COVID, you know?
Yeah.
So I missed that whole year of dental cleanings and stuff. But
Well, I left my job and didn't have insurance no more,
yeah.
so I couldn't go for my cleanings. And then now that I have it again, I'm just like, it's been so long, they're gonna be angry at me.
Yeah, that's
know,
my
so-
fear too. But like I saw a thing online where a dentist wrote something and they were like, if you think your dentist is going to be upset with you for having bad dental hygiene, it's not true. Like we want to help you, and
I know.
we are happy when you come in, because even if you have really bad teeth, we're getting you on the path to really good teeth.
Yeah, but also, it's gonna hurt a little bit probably because I fucked up too long, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And I have this like one stupid tooth on the bottom that like overlaps another one of my teeth in the
Okay.
front, you know? They're hugging a little
Okay.
bit. And it creates this like area that's it just catches stuff, and like I floss all the time there, but you can't always catch everything.
Yeah.
And the dental assistant did make me feel bad about that. She's like, you have like some stuff here, and I was like, I know.
Okay,
and
thank
I
you.
try and I brush and I floss and I do the mouthwash, I do everything right, and it just there's stuff there. Just please clean it.
Less stuff there. Oh my
I
god.
fucking know. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, because
But-
I know that I have a filling. They said it buckled one time.
Oh, I don't like that.
They were like, yeah, like, it's still good. It's just not right. We're just going to, like, reset it, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So they kind of, like, warmed it up, pressed it back in, and that's all they did with it. And it hasn't hurt in a long time, but I have
Okay.
a feeling, like, that one's probably got to be changed out at some point.
Yeah.
know?
I wish fillings were permanent. I wish teeth in general were
I
permanent
know.
and better and just not the way they are. I hate teeth. I hate
Well,
teeth so much.
shit. I mean, we live in a country that puts sugar in water.
I know. You can't fucking...
So, I mean,
I'm
that's why.
literally... Okay, so it's funny you say that because I'm drinking what I thought was a seltzer. It's a mandarin orange flavored, what I assumed to be a sparkling water beverage, but it's with other natural flavors, and they put aspartame in it, and that was not sold to me on the front of this because it says 0 sugar. I assumed 0 sweeteners, but no, there's like
Yeah.
a hidden sweetener in here.
No, everything we do has sweeteners. Everything. And that's why we got fucked up teeth. But
Yep.
then they'll be like, well, we put fluoride in the water, but
We'll take the sugar out of the bread.
still, though, yeah, like, it's hard still, though. I'm glad that you have a nice dentist, though. You could have,
Yeah.
you know, Steve Martin from,
Buh.
what's it
A little
called?
shop of horrors.
Yeah.
I'll
You know,
be your dentist.
you could have him, so,
Yeah, no thank you.
yeah.
4th of July weekend. We talked about this a little bit in pre-ramble. I like had to go unexpectedly. So we had planned to go visit Richard's parents because they just moved out to Arkansas.
Okay.
And they were having trouble getting settled into their new house, just like some hiccups with the realtor and stuff. So we were not going to go, and then suddenly it became okay for us to go, and we were like, okay, let's just go. And so Saturday we left, and then I realized, I was like, we're gonna be back like Sunday night, right? And Rich was like, no, we're coming back Monday. And I was like, oh,
Uh-oh.
fuck. Shit. So I had to have you again handle the brunt of the uploading the podcast, doing the social media, all of that good stuff, writing the show notes, being the most
Yeah.
excellent co-host.
Aw.
And I appreciate you for that. But this fucking trip out to Arkansas. So they live like 12 minutes away from this resort that Richard and I frequent. So we
Okay.
know basically how to get there. But we plug it into Google Maps anyway, just to redirect around traffic and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And so we...
I mean, I use Google Maps to go to the Walmart down the street, so
exactly,
I get
just in case, you know?
yeah, you never know, because Google doesn't lie. Like,
Here's the thing.
there's times when it's been like, don't go this way, and I'm all like, but that's the way home. You're stupid, and then it's like, I told you, there's like 15 wrecks, and then I sat there for 2 hours, you know?
Yeah,
So I'm
okay.
like, okay.
So we pull up Google Maps, and we're taking his brother with us, too. So his brother's in the back seat, Richard's driving, and I'm in
Okay.
the passenger seat. And so we pull up Google Maps, and it's like a 4-hour drive, and there's 3 different pathways to go. There's
Oh,
like...
that's not bad For
It's
some
not bad
reason,
at all.
I thought it was like way more.
No, it's pretty close. It's like at the bottom edge of Arkansas.
Okay.
So it's not a long drive, but like I pulled up Google Maps and it was like you have these 3 routes available, and one of them is like 2 major highways, and then one of them is like 3 major highways, a slightly different way. And then there's the one that's like kind of major highways, but also some not so major highways.
Yeah.
And there was a huge wreck on the fastest double major highway route, so it was going to take us an extra hour. So I was like, let's just reroute to a different one. And I clicked that one, and then we start on our journey, and we get going. And like we're on highway for a good long time, and then it tells us to take a turn that we're not familiar with. And I was like, maybe it's a shortcut or something. So we take that turn, and then another turn onto a weird road that we're not familiar with, and then another one, and then another one. And it's going and going and going, and the roads are getting weirder and weirder and less populated and less paved. Like,
yeah.
So we're also making this trip in the evening time. So we left home about 6:30 and got
giving yourself a good 3 hours of daylight. Okay.
Yeah. So we went to go pick up his brother, and then we had a quick dinner before we head out. So we didn't get on the road in earnest until like 8 o'clock. And I was like, okay, we're kind of like pushing the daylight here, but we're going to be taking mostly highways to it. So it should be fine. But
yeah,
alas, I did not count for Google doing this weird shit that it's doing. So it takes us down these roads that are so sparsely populated. Like we would go for like 15, 20 minutes at a time before we see another car or before we see any indication of civilization, like a home behind this grove of trees.
Yeah.
Just like really creepy, not even farm to market roads, just like a letter followed by 4 numbers, like N1245. That's the road that we were on.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is this? Where are you taking us, Google? And so it just gets like darker and darker, and the roads are not lit by any kind of
street lights, anything.
There's no artificial lights. It also happened to, I think, be a new moon, so it was a fucking dark night. And there was no, like, so you know how when the road curves, you're supposed to have those nice yellow signs with the arrows on them saying like, hey, road curving.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. So we actually drove off the road at one point.
Oh my God.
Because it was so dark and so incomprehensible. And we're lucky we didn't, hit anything. We were able to just like realize like, oh no, this is grass, and then turn around. It was very terrifying. And there's also the fact that all 3 of us are some version of night blind. So like,
oh God.
Do you have any night blindness?
Nope.
Yeah, it's not great. Like I can't see beyond the scope of the headlights when I'm driving at night.
Like, I love driving at night. I feel like it's like prime vision time for me.
Oh man, okay. So when you and I go on our road trip in a month or so, you're gonna have to be night driving.
That's fine with me. I love driving at night. It's the best.
Okay, so yeah, I can't see beyond the scope of the headlights, and if there's an oncoming car who has headlights, I can't see at all, and I just kind of have to look at the lines.
Like really shines in your face.
Yeah. So
or like
if that
blooms
happens,
real big. Right?
Yeah. I can't see shit when I have another car's vehicle lights in my eyes. And there's a lot of just like really creepy shit on these roads. Like we saw a sign that we couldn't read it because it was full of bullet holes. We're like,
nice.
That's good. They stopped putting street signs. We didn't know like the name of the roads except for whatever Google was telling us. And we also completely lost cell signal. So I was like, I really, really fucking hope.
So Google like really doesn't know where we're going now.
Yeah, I was kind of worried. I was like, is she just making stuff up because we're lost and we don't have signal? But so we eventually like get to this road that is there is just no more pavement. They've given up on absolute anything about society. There's no pavement. There's hardly any division between what the actual road and the shoulder, like where the grass is.
Okay.
and I see this like this light ahead, and I don't. It's like a weird green light, and I'm like, do y'all see that light? And Richard's like, I don't see shit. Don't say anything to me right now, but because he was really stressed out. And I was like, no, there's like a weird green light there. And he's like, absolutely not. Do not talk to me about green lights and aliens right now because I'm losing it. And it got closer and closer and like sped up faster and faster. And I was like, it's fucking coming for us. And it ended up being a street sign. Just our headlights reflecting off of a street sign.
Okay.
That's how night blind I am. My head starts to make up shit for things that are happening in my vision. We also did see a cell tower like that just kind of loomed up out of nowhere, and the top of a cell tower is just like a red ring of lights. So when you're like directly underneath it, it looks like you're about to be part of an alien abduction.
Okay. So
that was another reason why Richard was like, don't talk to me about alien shit, because we had just passed under that, and I was like, ah.
Oh my God. Why can't you drive somewhere normally?
I don't know, man.
It seems like every story you have about driving somewhere, some shit happens.
It's literally a curse. Like, it is a curse upon me. I don't know what has happened to me in my life to cause some being out there to be like, this one will have trouble in travels.
Yeah, which car god one of your early family members made fun of or something, and they were like, fine, you'll never enjoy cars again.
Somebody made fun of Lightning McQueen. And he said, and thou shalt not pass. Ka-chow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was harrowing, man. Like, I have never had such a fright. And like, we were all so silent in the car. Richard was like white knuckling on the steering wheel, and I was like clutching my chest, and Zach's just sitting in the back seat, like completely quiet. At one point I was like, maybe he's asleep, or maybe he died back there. And
then you just slowly turn and look at him wide-eyed, and he's like, whoa, what's up? And you're like, nothing. Turn back forward.
No, like, so at one point...
You didn't even have music going? Like, nothing?
Like, we had some music, but like, you know when you're lost and you just kind of turn it down to try to focus because you don't want to get distracted and miss a sign or something?
Yeah.
So we were in that phase, just kind of like very low music. And at one point, Richard was like, what if we died out here? And we all just started busting up laughing because we were that far scared that like we could actually die out here. And the thought of it made us laugh. I don't know. Also, we at one point in the absolute pitch blackness as we were driving, it's the 4th of July. So
yeah,
as we're driving past this house that we didn't know existed because it's behind this big grove of trees, a fucking firework goes off not 30 feet from the car.
Oh God.
Scared the absolute shit out of all of us because it was one of those that's like it screams as it goes up.
Yeah.
You know those ones? I don't like that at all. It was the most terrifying shit. It really freaked us all out. But we ended up safely at the destination, so I guess
good.
No harm, no foul. But like, why did Google do that to us is what I want to know. Why did Google take us on roads that aren't roads and shit?
Somewhere in there you were like, okay, no highways, and it was like, okay, what about normal roads? And you were like, no normal roads. And I was like, okay.
That's the thing is we checked.
I can do it.
After the first couple of weird turns, Richard was like, do I have like no tools turned on or something? And I opened the menu and I was like, no, everything's unchecked. So like we're not avoiding highways or avoiding tolls or anything. So it should be a normal drive. And it, alas, was not.
I know that we've discussed and you said that you like driving, but maybe I'll handle it all going to Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, I like
know.
driving. I like it. I'm just cursed is all.
You get daytime driving.
Okay.
You can drive when the car gods are not against you.
All right.
When they are asleep.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about our upcoming road trip on the show.
I don't think we have.
But we're excited about it. We're going on a road trip, guys.
Yeah. I know. They're like, what are they talking about?
We're going to a podcasting convention in Nashville. Oh. We're going to be there from August 3rd to the 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so expect probably a road trip episode from us because it's going to be during our publishing time too. So
Yeah. It'll be fun.
it's going to be fun.
Good old time. Well, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, me too.
Like, so what happened? Were you just like at some road and then all of a sudden you like came over a hill and it's just like a highway road, a real road?
We kept thinking that we were going to end up hitting a highway and it would take us to like a farm to market road and we're like, surely this is going to lead to a highway. And then it would take us off on another fucking tangent. So, yeah, we got a lot of fake outs from Google like, oh, you're almost at the highway. Oh, no, back to the dirt. Yeah, I mean, by the time you get to Arkansas to get to their house, you don't take many highways anyway. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we hit a town that had 68 people in it. That was the lowest I saw.
Nice.
Yeah, more dead people than people.
You know that I don't really get into too much news.
Yeah.
Right? Taylor brought me this one, and I thought it was newsworthy enough for me.
Okay.
Because one, it has to do with the Olympics, and you know I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Olympics. It's the coolest thing ever. Watch it like crazy.
I'm shocked that they're happening, actually. I thought that they were just going to call 2020 a wash and be like, we're not doing the Olympics anymore, which would have sucked for the athletes, but...
Well, yeah. When is it happening? I don't even know.
I think it's, like, now, isn't it?
Tokyo Olympics 2021. Fuck. It is... blah, blah, blah. It's July 23rd to August 8th.
Okay. That's, very soon.
Yeah, I did not know that. Well, fuck yeah. Cool. Olympic time.
Olympic time, baby.
But Taylor she brought me a thing, right?
Okay.
She goes, I want to see what you think about this. She goes, there's an Olympian that is being disqualified for having weed in their system, right? And I was all like, well, okay. I mean, you know, in my brain, I went, well, you know, it's not legal in every state in our country, so I feel like until it's legal countrywide, it would probably still be illegal Olympic-wide, right?
Okay.
And I was like, well, you know, so I'm like trying to make a case for it. And she goes, it's also a woman. And I was like, well, you know, I mean, it's still just, it's a drug. She's like, it's not performance enhancing. And I was like, I know, but still, it's a drug. And she goes, it's also a woman of color. And I was like, all right, I think we're just trying to hit this lady, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I don't think that, so this is about Sha'Carri Richardson, right?
Yes.
So I have been reading up on this, and I am of the opinion that, like, whatever Sha'Carri Richardson does in the privacy of her own home, as long as it's not performance-enhancing drugs, feel free to fucking do it.
Well, see, so first of all, I don't know that she's going to listen, but we have a little tradition here, Sha'Carri. We got to give you a shout-out, because she's from Dallas.
I know, I just learned that today. I was like, oh,
she
holy
from
shit.
Dallas.
Yeah.
We from Dallas, so we love you.
Yes.
Also, 5'1".
Oh, really?
She's a tiny lady.
Itty bitty lady.
That's probably helps her be so fast on the track.
Yeah.
But
she got the little legs. You got to run faster if you got little legs.
Yeah, I know. So she is being disqualified for marijuana usage.
Yeah, which, okay, so I had to look up whether or not pot is legal in Texas because I generally just don't know. Apparently, like, you can have medical marijuana.
Yeah.
So it, like, you have to have a card and you have to have a qualifying condition.
But see, here's the thing, though. The relay that she was going to be running was happening in Oregon, where it's okay.
Yeah, where it's, like, fully legal. So, I mean, if she's
Yeah.
in Oregon prior to the run and she's just like, why don't I just smoke up before the race or the day before or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
if anything, marijuana is going to make you run less fast, I feel, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know why...
Unless you're running for a snack.
It's running after the Cheetos. I really can't, in my brain, make the case that she should be disqualified for this.
Yeah. Taylor was like, what about old Michael Phelps?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Because Michael Phelps, like, his whole personality was like, I got like 16 bongs. And they were like, haha, he swims so fast.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, what the hell? You know?
Yeah, like that's like the definition of a double-edged sword right there.
But look at this. I just found a news article. It says, no, Michael Phelps did not test positive for marijuana before the Olympics. So,
Well, did they look at his eyes?
well, see, here's the other thing, because Taylor was reading stuff about it. You know, THC takes a long time to leave your system.
Okay.
And in my mind, most people do the hair stuff now, because it's like a definitive way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Michael Phelps don't have a lot of hair.
Oh, that's true.
He can chop off the proof a lot sooner than Sha'Carri, who has, from this picture, pretty good length of hair.
She does, and I love the color. It's so orange.
So what? They maybe found some right at the tip, and that's old as fuck now?
I mean, who knows, man? Maybe she had to pee in a cup and they found it there. I don't even think it matters where they found it. I think it's really just targeting
still,
at this point.
I think it is too, and I just don't... I feel like this is kind of one of those where, like, no, we expect you to be squeaky clean only if you're ever going to be in the public eye, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm
like,
reading now...
You like overate at dinner, you fucking pig, and now they're gonna like hate somebody because they had one extra dessert, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's just like too much, and so she's being caught for something that is like kind of known to be, well, it's pretty okay, even though some places still don't allow it, you know?
Right. I mean, it would be the same if she went and had a drink. Like, what if she had a shot of whiskey the night before competition?
Yes.
You're gonna disqualify her for that because it's the same. It's a recreational drug.
Yes.
I
100% agree with that.
I'm reading this article now, and this is from ESPN. She said the stress of her biological mother's recent death combined with the pressure of preparing for trials led her to use the drug. And she said, this is so fucking sad, she said, I know I can't hide myself, so in some type of way I was trying to hide my pain.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad.
I feel like this is just like one of those technicality nitpick type of situations, you know?
Yeah, and it's shitty.
And instead of looking at the whole, we're just gonna do this. But for real, like the one person we decide to really crack down the rule book on is a black woman.
Yeah, right?
Because you know, if it were like Michael Phelps,
they'd look the other way and be like,
like you said,
that
like,
funny
well,
boy.
It's, you know, boys will be boys, or like, oh well, you know, that was like weeks ago. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
And then we didn't give her, like, any kind of consideration for anything other than this test says, boom, yes.
Yeah. And there's another thing. So she received a 30-day ban starting as of, I don't remember what date it was, but so her suspension would have ended before the start of the relays that she was eligible to participate in. So, like, August 5th, there's the 4x100 relay, which I don't know what that means. 100 meter, I guess.
Okay.
So she would be eligible for that. And then the USA team, when picking their team, they were like, they just skipped over her. They decided not to pick her for the relay. And she's literally the fastest runner in America. They just wanted to avoid the controversy, and in doing so, they created an even bigger controversy because she's literally the best. Why wouldn't you want her on the team to represent America? Why wouldn't you want that?
How many times do you see? I mean, I know that, you know, I'm gonna talk movies or something, but in like the high school football movies, it's like the coach finds the tiniest thing to allow the best player to finally play whenever they had to suffer the consequences of things they did, right?
Exactly.
But you know, we gotta win. So they find a way to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Don't we want to win the world's competition with our best person?
I would hope that the teammates who were selected do something to protest it, because I know if I was on that team, I wouldn't run. I'd walk it.
This is definitely going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm really pissed about it, and I feel like it's unfair and it sucks.
I don't really hit much, like, news like that, but it was Olympic news, and I thought this was that stupid.
Yeah.
So, Sha'Carri, just come hang out with us. We're in Dallas with you. I can't run as fast as I used to, but I'll try to run some laps with you. Oh, also, speaking of news, just because it broke today, and I was asked for it in the Discord, I feel like I will go ahead and appease the masses. Okay?
Okay.
Nintendo announced a new Switch today.
They sure did.
Out of nowhere.
After years and years of hype and speculation,
Like,
everyone
people have
is
been
so...
flipping their shit, right?
Everyone's going to be so happy and excited for the new Switch, right, Robert?
Yes, because it's absolutely not different in almost any way possible. And people love buying the same thing again and again.
Yep.
I'm so proud of Taylor. She looked at it and goes, ew. And I was like, what? She's like, it's white. I was like, yeah, it's ugly.
I actually think it's really pretty.
I don't like it. You know I don't like white electronics.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't like it.
It looks like a little panda bear.
Let me pull up another picture of it real quick. Because I honestly watched the trailer for it and have not looked at it again. Because I was like, oh, I'm not going to want this.
I didn't even watch the trailer because I saw the specs and I was like, ugh, absolutely not.
I mean, it looks okay. So it's $50 more than a normal Switch.
Yeah,
okay?
So it's going to be available October 8th for $349, and there's no announcement yet on pre-orders.
Yeah.
Which you fucking know who's going to be all over this.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take our shot.
Let's take our shot.
Take our shot. Here we go. Speaking of which, I also watched a TikTok. Take a shot.
Okay.
About a guy going, scalpers are killing our hobby for gamers.
Yeah, they fucking are.
They're legit killing the hobby. They're taking the hobby away from us, which I agree with. But I don't know if scalpers need to scalp this thing because I don't think anybody's gonna buy it from them.
I would love to see scalpers snap it all up and then nobody buys it off of them.
And then we go, good. You take them all. We don't want them.
Take it. Nobody wants those dirty switches.
So Ismail asked for a full breakdown. And I wanted to give you one because I found a tweet from Nintendo Life that put the specs up side by side. Okay?
Yep. And
real quick, I would like to give you a smattering of those specs. Are you ready?
Give us a rundown.
For the size, the new one is 0.1 inches longer.
Ugh.
And that's it.
Well, that's it?
But it does weigh like 0.1 pounds more too.
Oh,
so it's like a little hefty, right?
So I was under the impression that they were making a bigger screen. It's literally just 0.1 inches longer and that's it.
So it is a bigger screen, but if you go pull out a Switch, there's a big bezel around it. So it's kind of like how phones don't really have a bezel around their screens now. It like takes up the entirety of the thing. That's kind of what they've done. The Switch is pretty much the same. They're just filling up more of the hardware.
Okay, so the screen itself will be bigger, but the Switch itself is not going to be.
Yeah, the screen is, which is the one change. So I'm going to read all these specs. This is the only change. You ready?
Okay.
The old Switch had a 6.2 inch screen. The new one has 7 inches. So that's almost a full inch bigger screen.
I'm going to call that right now. That's some dog shit.
Nice. Which is nice, I guess, right?
I don't think it's nice. I think if they could have done... I mean, they could have done better.
But here's the thing, though. The screen is still a 720 screen. No change. You do get more internal storage. You get double the amount, so you can hold twice as many games. That's nice, right? The wireless and the Bluetooth, same. When you hook it up to a TV, still goes in 1080p, still 720 in the hand. Still stereo sound, still USB-C connectors, game stuff's the same. It actually runs the same temperature. It has the exact same internal battery, lasts just as long, charges the exact same. So the only difference is 0.8 inches of a screen, and it's going to become OLED rather than normal.
So tell me what the difference between... Well, like, what makes OLED special?
So in an LCD screen, right? Mm-hmm. So picture your TV, right?
Right.
If you're looking at an LCD screen, there is either 1 or 4 lights that shine light against the back to give you that brightness, right?
Okay.
So normally, if you'll look at some LCD screens, if you look in each of the corners, you'll see where the light is spraying out into the screen.
Okay.
Or sometimes they just kind of have one light that's more central, so like the center sometimes looks a bit brighter.
Yeah.
And that's basically how they achieve the effect. On an OLED screen, every single pixel that makes up the entirety of the screen, so every dot that makes up the picture, is its own light source.
Okay.
When, let's say, there's like space on the screen, and you've got like the black with the stars on it, right?
Yeah.
Only the pixels where a star is existing, those lights come on. So the black around them is just like black. It's inky black, and it looks real, right?
Okay.
Whereas when you have light spraying in from the sides or from the center, when you have to brighten it up to show that star, the black around it is gray because there's a light source that's already there, plus it's brighter here.
Okay.
So the blacks aren't as good. That's the difference.
That's pretty minor.
Kind of, because I know that a lot of people consider the Switch a handheld device.
Yeah.
I play mine on my OLED TV. I already have an OLED display for my Switch, and it's bigger, and I don't care about it being 0.8 inches in my hand bigger.
That's my thing, too. Like, my Switch is 100% docked 100% of the time. And
Yeah.
I like would rarely take it on a travel excursion. I think that if they were going to make updates to a Switch, make it to the Switch Lite, because those people are definitely going to be playing it handheld. Like, make
Yes.
that console better, right?
Yes.
I just don't understand. Like,
wait. There is one more change.
okay,
The kickstand on the back is not so flimsy. Now it's like the length of the console, and that's nice. But that's nice. That's nice.
okay,
I definitely appreciate it, but not for the price of a whole new console.
yeah, no,
And then $50.
that's fucking stupid.
Here's the thing. You and I, this is not marketed for us at all.
No,
Because we play on the TV. So this Switch, not even made for us in
No.
any way.
and I think that they're pricing it out of whoever it's made for, because people who are going to buy the handheld, they're going to buy the Switch Lite. I don't think
Probably.
that anybody out there would look at a Switch Lite at its price point and then look at the new Switch at its
And go,
price
"Oh,
point
yeah."
and be like, I prefer that one. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're going to get the Switch Lite because it's in your cost bracket.
Or, if you really are caring about playing it handheld, you don't care if it's much bigger or not.
Yeah,
Because I feel like you only care about the handheld size.
yeah,
You would want it to be more easily transportable, right?
right.
So the smaller one works better. And it's like now going to be $150 cheaper? Yeah. Why would you not want that? It's a huge misstep. The one thing, and Ferdin called me out on it, but the one thing, okay, take away the fact of the 4K, right?
Okay.
Because that's what would have made it for me. If I put it in my dock and it was 4K on my TV, sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold. But to make this one worth it for me, double my battery life then.
Yeah.
Make it so I never got to fucking charge this bad boy. Ever.
Right.
Then we're talking an upgrade, because not only is the picture better, it's bigger. I don't have to stop for longer. But now,
So
I have to stop just as long to look at it kind of better. You know?
yeah, I think it was Ferdin who said in the Discord that they're kind of going the iPhone route and just doing like little upgrades and calling it an upgrade, and that's kind of like what they did with the DS too. Like there's like 12 iterations of the DS, and they're all just like a little bit better than the last one.
So we had the 3DS and then the new 3DS, right?
Right.
Okay, the new 3DS was bigger, and it had a better CPU in it. It ran games better.
Right.
It was actually better. This is the same thing.
One thing that I'm super glad that they're not doing is that they're not making a new game cartridge. So they're not making it like everything is compatible. So you can still play your Switch games on the new Switch
Well,
and vice versa.
It still is a Switch, though.
Yeah.
Like this isn't the next console from them. This is just a tweak to the one that exists.
Right, but I think
Like-
for DS games, I don't believe all DS games work in all DS consoles, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Okay, good.
You can't play 3DS games in
Yeah.
your DS, but the
Yeah.
3DS kind of became like a new console.
That's what I was thinking. Like that was my one gripe with the DS, because I had a DS for a very long time, and then I upgraded to the 3DS and was not happy that I couldn't do backwards compatibility.
You should be able to. I've never played a DS game in my 3DS that didn't work.
Okay. Okay, so last episode we made a promise to the people, Robert.
Yes.
We told everybody that we were going to find out our birth times, and we were
Oh.
going to do...
God, I didn't do that.
No, don't say you didn't do it. Did you do
Oh,
it?
I did it. I did it. You kidding
Okay,
me?
come on.
I already knew
So-
my time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did not know mine, and I texted my
Okay.
mom, and I was like, hey, do you know my birth time? And she was like, well, I mean,
Like,
I can
oh.
look it up. Why do you want to know? I was like, I just, yeah,
I
don't
need
know.
it.
I don't know, Mom. I didn't want to tell her, like, I'm doing my birth chart for my podcast.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how to even begin to describe any of those things to her. But,
Okay.
yeah, so Mom, if you're listening, I wanted my birth time because I'm doing a birth chart for my podcast. But so I really wish that I had plugged in my birth time and birthplace and gotten my stats here live with you,
Okay.
because my reaction when I saw my birth chart, I laughed so hard for so long.
Why?
Okay, so when we were talking about Zodiac last time on the show,
Okay.
I've never been like super into all the different signs, because I never felt like I related to like pretty much any other things in the other signs. Like
Okay.
whenever I see a Capricorn meme, I'm like, that's funny. I kind of relate to that. But whenever I see any other memes of other zodiacs, I'm like, I just don't feel like I relate, and it's not that funny to me.
Yeah.
And so I plugged in all my shit for my birth chart. I got this app called CoStar upon recommendation from a good friend Desi. My entire chart is Capricorn.
Okay.
Like all of it.
Honestly, I can't even fucking read this thing.
Okay, so
I'm just like, what's up with the degrees and the minutes, and like, I don't understand.
yeah, I recommend this app CoStar because, well, I mean, I don't know if I recommend it to the listeners. If you're super into astrology, like it's fun, I guess, to look through. But like, so my chart, let me just say these things. So it breaks it down into like all the different planets, and I don't know how this is calculated, but it just works off of your birth time and birthplace, I guess.
Okay.
So for the big three signs is what people call the sun sign, which is like, your sun sign. That's the sign that everybody knows.
Okay.
And then the ascendant sign is what was like rising on the horizon as you were born, I think.
Okay.
And then the moon sign is the one that was behind the moon or some shit. I forget how they're all figured out. But basically, those are like the big three that you're supposed to go by. So the sun determines your ego, your identity, and your role in life, according to CoStar. The moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. This is likely the sign you think of yourself as. It reflects your personality when you're alone or deeply comfortable. And your ascendant sign is the mask you present to people. So it's your personal style, how you come off to people when you first meet. Yeah, all three of those for me: sun in Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, ascendant in Capricorn.
Okay.
I've also got Mercury in Capricorn. I've got Saturn and Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn. This thing does all your planets. So 7 of my 11 signs that it has given me are all Capricorn.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting it then from what you're saying.
It's a lot of Capricorn up in there.
I have 4 Capricorns and 2 Cancers
Okay.
so far from just this quick thing that I'm seeing.
So what's your sun sign is a Cancer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's your moon sign?
It says Capricorn.
Okay, we're same Capricorn moons. Yay.
Okay.
What's your ascendant sign?
I don't know. Because this website that we used first
Yeah.
The cafe astrology.
It's a little bit more difficult to read that one. It gives you your ascendant. Do you
Oh,
have...
wait. Right there. Because it says ASC, so I'm guessing that's
Yes.
ascendant.
That's the ascendant.
That is Scorpio.
Okay. Scorpio, eh?
I guess. I don't know anything about what that means.
My Pluto is Scorpio.
See, my Pluto is Scorpio as well.
Hey, all right. I don't know what to do with this information. I've just been like paging through this CoStar app. It's interesting, man. It'll tell you just like I was just reading about.
I'm actually signing up for that right now as well to get the same like kind of information.
Okay, yeah.
As you, but from the
Just
one
reading
that I
through-
got, it just says I pretty much got this, and I didn't care about all those because that's just those like positions and stuff. But I was like, yeah, but what does this mean about me? So I was just reading like some of this stuff down here.
Yeah.
And I read this one sentence, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm good. That pretty much hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, I hate how much I relate to this because I don't want to believe that the zodiac means anything at all, but at the same time, I've been told that's a very Capricorn thing to say.
Oh my God. Okay, so... No, this says So I got the CoStar, and it says my ascendant is Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
But my moon is still Capricorn. So my sun is in Cancer, moon in Capricorn, ascendant in Sagittarius. So yeah, so this has got the mask and all that stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah. For your sun sign, what made you think that it sounds like you?
So this one doesn't say anything that this other website did that gives me the same right?
Yeah.
Literally, like, opening sentence one, it says, they are often quite reticent about sharing their inner selves to the rest of the world and are often caught up in reminiscence.
Aw. That's so true about you, actually.
Cancers have a reputation for moodiness, which I've been told. I am. See, although this trait is most evident when the moon is in Cancer.
Oh.
And Cancer needs roots. They resist change to an extent and concern themselves about being secure and safe in most everything they do. Cancers can be quite intrigued by objects with history attached to them. Which, fucking ask Taylor or anybody that's seen me throw stuff away. I'm like, oh, this one time I sneezed on this. Like, that's a story,
God.
But this short description right here, I was really into it. It says, he weighs words carefully and can be tenacious. A calm and discreet nature, tender, thoughtful, sensitive, and impressionable.
Just a tender-hearted bear.
I'm definitely impressionable.
Yeah.
And I definitely watch what I say before I say anything to somebody.
Yeah, you're very measured.
So I was like, I'm not going to read the rest of this. This is too on the nose. I don't want to know too much shit about myself.
I hate being read by the internet.
Yeah. I was like, no, okay.
Yeah, mine says that
So
I
what
am
was yours? Yeah.
My sun sign is Capricorn. I am fundamentally responsible, serious, efficient, and rational. Basically, everything I read about Capricorn is like, you're a business bitch. You ain't give a shit. You don't give a shit about nobody but money.
Oh, God.
I mean, I do love money, and I tend to tie my self-worth to it, which is not the greatest way to live. But I feel like if I'm not making money, then what am I fucking doing with my life,
Yeah. You're making memories.
I guess.
Like, I don't want memories. I want to pad these pockets.
Had these pockets of memories. I feel the need to distinguish myself from others through privacy, secrets, and introspection, and that is fucking true. I have a thing where, like, I will share stuff about myself online, but there's always just, like, I keep one for me. Just some little stuff just for me. Things I don't tell people.
Oh, okay. See, right here, this is where I'm about to, like, discredit the whole thing again.
Okay.
So this is my moon in Capricorn.
Yes, we both have moon in Capricorn, so let's look at this together.
So mine says, all right, I'll use the app one, because it should be more in line with the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, and I have a question, too, while you're opening the app. So...
Oh, I've got it right here.
I've got... It tells you, like, different houses. Like, for me, it says moon in Capricorn is in your first house. Is that the same for you? I don't know what that means. It says because it's your first house, your moon in Capricorn is hyper present in your personality.
Where the heck do you see that?
It's just written under the moon in Capricorn stuff.
Oh, hang on. There it is. So moon in Capricorn, it's in my first house.
Okay, I wonder if that's the same for everybody.
Maybe?
Or if we just both have first moon Capricorn.
I don't know. So then, does ours say the same thing? The moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings.
I mean, I think that's just the description for moon, right?
Your moon is in Capricorn, meaning your emotional self is somewhat repressed in the name of responsibility, seriousness, and rationality. You crave the guidance and comfort of a teacher or parent.
Yep.
Okay. So that's like, I mean, I guess, kind of. But,
you feel it applies?
Kind of. Like, I agree with the sun one. The moon one, I'm like, I don't know. Because
it's supposed to be your introspective self. So this is like when you're alone.
Not really. When I'm alone, I just want to be alone. Like, I'm not trying to get guidance or comfort from someone else.
It's
because I'm alone.
Yeah, it's your seriousness time.
Yeah.
Your rationality time.
But this says right here, short description on that other site, the Cafe Astrology, right?
Uh-huh.
Says reserved and cautious, attracted to politics.
Ew.
Which is exactly wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong-o. Selective, earthy, success comes by means of other people who recognize his qualities. I do kind of agree with that, though.
So, like, when other people say that you done good?
I'm like, yep, I finally did good.
I agree with that.
So it's like, I mean, like, stuff is cool. I really, really was into the sun stuff. But, like, the rest of it, I'm like, I don't know now. It's okay. So, I'm going to read the mask one, though.
Yeah, so the ascendant one...
It doesn't say that on this site.
Okay, that's what your, the mask you present to people.
Okay,
your
so that means
style.
If I read this to you, you'll be like, yep, that's what I see from you, right?
Okay.
Okay, so my ascendant is Sagittarius, which was different than yours, right?
Yeah, I'm Capricorn again.
Okay, so we're going to have different things that we can say. So, is this me from what you've seen of me? You ready?
All right, let's go.
So this is personal style, blah, 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 blah. Your ascendant is in Sagittarius, meaning you come across as independent, optimistic, and confident, though sometimes overly blunt or critical. Generally a charming conversationalist, your free-spirited approach may come off as restless or easily bored.
I wouldn't call you easily bored, and I wouldn't call you overly critical.
I feel like people have said that about me before, and I'm like, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like because I am optimistic and I do joke around a lot, when I'm serious, it's taken as like I'm being negative.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like, oh, well, I'm just like not joking this time, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that comes into the like, that sounds overly blunt or critical, you know?
Maybe, yeah, I could see that.
That's my ascendant Sagittarius. So now, let's see if I agree with the mask Kelsey puts on for me.
Okay, let's put on that mask. Ascendant is in Capricorn, meaning you come across as conservative, serious, and rational, perhaps even grave. You seem to make decisions in a responsible, practical, and prudent way. Your ambitions may come off as opportunistic. Ooh. That last sentence I kind of felt in my heart.
I was like, I was like kind of into it, and then the end I wasn't, but it seems like to you, you're like, I'm into it right there at the end.
Yeah, I actually feel exactly the opposite as you. Is like the first part of it, the serious, rational, grave. Does that sound like me?
I mean, kind of. You just told me a story about you being in the car and like, we could die here. That's great.
I guess.
I took it to mean like somewhat like macabre in a way.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you can be.
It's true.
But to me, then, where it was like opportunistic, that made it sound like
I'm a hyena waiting in the wings on that wounded zebra.
Well,
yeah,
that or just like, oh, I see something that could be good. I'm gonna do it before I lose that. You know?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Would you agree with that though? Like, if you see something, you have the fear of not knowing if it would have panned out like you hoped or planned.
Yeah, I mean, so as far
as
like
that FOMO.
ambitions being opportunistic. I feel like I am the kind of person who, like, I am constantly scheming in my head for like the next thing, which I don't know. I feel like that comes across in our podcast a lot whenever I'm just putting stuff in our like goals sections in here. I'm just like, what if we did this?
Yeah.
And I feel like I constantly have ideas that I'm trying to like achieve the next big thing, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe that's where the opportunisticness comes in.
I guess, because when you say opportunistic, it makes it seem like it's a one-shot jump. Not a plan. That sounds reactive.
Yeah.
Like, it's opportunistic. It's like, oh, it's here now. I better jump now. Not, let me see if I can craft the next thing.
Well, that's exactly why I jump from hobby to hobby, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of little hobbies, and maybe that's like another opportunistic thing where I'm just like, this is on sale, better get it now.
I mean, I guess. I kind of was into it before, but you're into the after, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
because it's your mask, and to me the mask is like, this is what other people see. It's not the deep within side.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but you're saying like you feel that deep within, so it's like, is this even reading in the right position or whatever then?
I mean,
you know?
they're all fucking Capricorn. It's Capricorn all the way down.
You're like, that is me.
I guess. I mean, I don't put a whole lot of stock in astrology, but I think it's fun to look at. And I mean, so you've downloaded CoStar now, right?
Yeah.
Do you have chaos mode at the bottom?
Yeah.
I think that's a peculiar
what am I supposed to do with that?
feature of this. I was like, what the fuck is chaos mode, and clicked it.
I clicked it.
So chaos mode, you write yourself a note, and then the app chooses the right time to send it back in a special notification, which is fun.
You ready?
You gonna write D's nuts?
Nope, I wrote, I don't get this app.
I mean, it's fun. It's neat, I suppose. This is not an advertisement for the app. I just feel like it's interesting, I guess.
Like, there was a time that I'd go to Earthbound, and I always kind of wanted to get, like, cancer stuff and just kind of, like, just, like, wear the symbol, rep that that's what I was, but I never really knew what it meant or cared what it meant. I just knew that was a sign of what I was that people could see.
Yeah, I remember as a kid being, like, it was very important for me that I was a Capricorn, and, like, I don't know why.
I don't know if it's, like, old age or what the deal is, but I am just not interested in learning enough about this to be like, oh, you're a Gemini? I know what that means. You know,
I'm becoming more interested now.
I don't want to do that.
I'm digging into this shit. I got so much Capricorn in this chart. Like, I literally busted up laughing when I saw it. I was like, okay, I guess that's just who I am.
But you got to learn everyone else. You can't just learn the Capricorn side.
Yeah.
You got to learn everything so that at a moment's notice, you meet somebody, you get a new teammate at work, and they say, I'm a Leo. You know what that means and how that affects you.
Like, I think that's a bad way to go about life, though, because then you're just making assumptions.
That's the level of it that I can't get to.
Yeah, that's just making assumptions about people you don't know.
Yeah.
So
I'll learn all the cancer stuff and pick and choose the parts that I like about it, I guess, because, like, there's a lot of it that I'm like, I don't know. But then there's some of it that I'm like, fuck, that's, like, right on, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, here in the sun one, like, the sun stuff is just, like, word for word me.
Yeah,
like,
and that's,
like, I can't get over that shit.
That's what it's supposed to be. It's, like your
everything
sign.
Else, not feeling. Like, this even says right here, Cancer is a very sensitive sign, and they don't always appreciate it when you are blunt with them. Their reactions to hurt will depend on how thick a shell they have developed.
Okay.
Most Cancers react by withdrawing or retreating. Some have developed an ability, to manipulate others to get what they want.
Oh.
Then why am I working 15 days straight? I don't think I've mastered that one yet.
Not quite.
They avoid direct confrontations almost as a rule.
Yeah.
Cancers are, in fact, quite yielding and soft when you have them in the right mood. They are one of the more hospitable signs of the zodiac.
That's
like,
nice.
There's a lot of that I'm like, yeah, Like, yeah. I ain't gonna get into shit with, like, nobody. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, very non-confrontational.
Not doing it. And, yeah, we're sensitive. We're stupid. Freaking cancers, man. I'll learn my stuff and pick apart myself, but I have no interest in learning about any of the rest and trying to assume the type of person you are just based on that alone.
Right, yeah.
I think it can be fun, and I think that's why maybe more people do it, just because it's fun to see how often it proves true.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I feel like half the time when you tell somebody what their attributes are because of the sign, they're almost instinctively going to go, nope, that's not me. You know? Because you're, like, telling them now how they are.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, no. Mm-mm.
I'm reading back again on Cafe Astrology just to see if that one super nailed me. And yeah, I feel like it does.
This one, no. So the sun is in my 8th house, and it says, as far as studying or learning goes, you're better off reading the material than listening. I never read a fucking book. I just listened to the people. Passed. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
It says it's very hard for you to passively listen and absorb information. That is how I absorb all of my information. So, no.
All right, well, are you ready to chart these stars?
I am ready to see what's in my 7 houses.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Please tell your friends about us. Help us grow this audience. If you have people that love the zodiac, love them signs, go show them in their star charts that it says, oh, YMBToAP, right up your alley. You should go listen to them.
You're a Capricorn, you're going to love YMBToAP.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode, because we release weekly, every Monday. No missed episodes. We are like the stars. You can chart us for every single Monday. And if you like that, you love that, all we ask is that you go to Apple Podcasts, go give us a little 5-star review. That would really, really help us out so much, and it would mean a ton to us.
While you're out there on the internet, you can find us and friend us on social media. We are at YMBToAP. That stands for You Must Be Thinking of Another Podcast. We are there on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And we want to thank our patrons so much for helping us every step of the way. We can't do what we do without the support of our beautiful, lovely, wonderful, perfect patrons. If you want to help us there, please go out to patreon.com/YMBToAP and check out what we got going on. You can get a Discord community. You can get secret episodes. You can get secret YouTube channel. There's many secrets out there. The secrets of the world. You can also email us at YMBToAP@gmail.com. We want that listener mail. Tell us about your dental misadventures. I probably don't tell us about your dental
probably not.
I don't want that. Tell us about your road trip misadventures. Tell us about where your sun is. Is it in Mercury? Wait, actually, the sun can't be in Mercury.
Send us the dental ones, but please mark it in the subject so that I can read them and Kelsey won't have to be scarred.
Just write teeth really big in the subject.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll just stay away from it. Don't forget also that we have a beautiful merch store out there. You can find it in the show notes. You can find it in our bios in Twitter and Instagram. It is lovely, and we have one t-shirt out there. I mean, one design on many, many products. It's a t-shirt. It's a tank top. It's a zip hoodie. It's a pullover. It's a tote bag. It's a mug. It's everything you ever wanted it to be out there on the internet. Go find it. Get it on your bod.
And I would like to plug one more thing before we move on to the last little bit.
What you got?
I would like to remind everybody, we're going to be watching Steven Universe by the time you guys hear this. That is coming up by the end of that week. This is your last chance, your last warning, that if you would like to watch that with us, please go join our Zeitgeist tier, the $5 a month. Feel free to step back down if you so choose, or if you like it, you can stick around. But that is going to be open to our premier patron group, and we're going to watch Steven Universe together. You want to get a nice little movie night? Think about joining and come join us, because we would love to have a whole bunch of people there.
Yes, please.
And don't forget, our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. What would this show be without that beautiful music? It is always in my brain. I don't know what else could ever take its place. Please check him out on YouTube and listen to all of his other fantastic music. He's got the coolest stuff. And as always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. How much laughing gas is too much laughing gas?
You could never have enough.
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Are you taking, like, any formal clothing?
Yeah, I figured
Should I take a suit
I'm gonna take
for something?
like my jumpsuit, you know, like the silky jumpsuit style thing.
All right, I'll have to get a suit ready.
It's supposed to be business casual, but I figure have at least one like business.
Yeah, I figure there's going to be some party that's all like, look like an adult.
Yeah, look like you care.
And I'm like, but why?
But I don't want to.
That's not on brand for us.
It's not.